Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this video is a complimentary pair to the other video I put up. I had one where I went 12 and 3 and I was a runner, and you're not going to get 50 kills as a runner and cap the flag typically. Typically you're running for your life, and the enemy's far behind you while you're really quick. As a defenseman you can get more, but you do need them to be active enough to actually get some traffic. I was fortunate in this game because a lot of times when I play defense, if you play defense and you really stick to your position, sometimes you go 4 and 1, and it's kind of a dull game because the other team isn't being aggressive enough to actually get to your flag. But this time around, it worked out a little better for me. I did get some kills anyway, but defense is what it is. So I've been using this AK-47 more often and with FMJ because Wings of Redemption mentioned it in one of his videos, and I really like it. And like, I swear I put the sights on someone and pull the trigger and they die, and that just doesn't seem to happen to me for every weapon. And the AK, they just die again and again. I really like it. So I've been using the AK with FMJ. And by the way, this is a really nice combo on Trailer Park, the new map, because like Scrapyard, so many of the walls are easy to penetrate. The AK with Full Metal Jacket has that great big clip, and you see a guy in the window, I just start shooting all over the walls on where he might be, and they drop, and they're just there hiding and dying, and that's how I like it. That's how I like it. So my job is defense here. It's not even midfielder. So we break, I mentioned this in my other video, when we play with 6 like this, we have 2 runners, 2 midfielders, and 2 defensemen. And it's my job to stay on defense, even if it's not always fun. Sometimes when you play defense, that means that it can get a little bit dull because they're not making it to your flag. But if you leave your position and you don't man it like you're supposed to, then you're not doing it right, and that's not a good thing. The team is counting on you to play your position, and just like a sport, if you guys have played any sports, when you don't do your job because you're out searching for something else to do, then you're not doing it right. So I caught this guy on the UAV, and that made him an easy kill. They're on the flag, but I think I cleaned him up. I guess not, but somebody cleaned him up. And there it is. All is good again. So when you play defense, oftentimes a silent weapon is a good idea, but I had just been having so much fun with this AK class that I pulled it out, even though it's not silenced. But silence is fantastic. It's pretty simple to do this. You play your position, you work your way back and forth, and try not to hold the exact same spot twice when you're going for kills, because if you do that, then they'll get you. But you don't have to move a lot. If you just no kills. If you just switch corners or do some small changes, then oftentimes that's all it takes to catch them by surprise, and they'll be on the other side. So I'm going to put up another video before long that talks about how you can have a team, because my last 2 videos, the 2 that I put up today, are all about team play. It's about playing your position and getting wins, and playing for fun. I want to talk about playing for fun. I think if you play for fun, then you're okay. That's all right. For some people, their idea of playing for fun is doing 360 no scopes off a roof, shooting a guy in midair just before he dies. And when they hit a shot like that, and it's really hard to hit, then to them it's just wow, I hit my mark. I did what I wanted to do, and they're really happy about it. And if that's your idea of fun, awesome. Some people, their idea of fun is to play in such a way that it's all about KD. And they say, well, don't you get bored? Aren't you afraid of staying in one spot or doing your thing? And to them, it's like, no, I play this game to make my KD go up. That's what their idea of fun is. And if that's your idea of fun, then have fun. I'm totally cool with that. But my idea of fun is winning games. And I would rather go negative and win than go positive and lose. So that's where my priorities lie. That's how I am. So I put up videos. Oftentimes, I'm not doing the sort of things that it takes to get 70 kills. If you want to get 70 kills, you pretty much ignore the objective. You rush spawn all game long, find as many targets as you can, and eventually, if you play this game a lot, You'll find you'll be able to get to your 5 and 7 kill streaks. They'll help you out on the kills, and then you can get some big numbers. That's how you get 70 kills. You don't usually do it by playing your position and capture the flag, which is why I get games like this one that are good games, I think by most standards, but not beastly games by some of the other guys that get the really big ones. So here I am playing, and some of my teammates are running UAV. If you're playing to win, UAV is awesome. Having a couple guys on your team that all run the UAV makes all the difference in the world. And we usually run some UAVs and some counter UAVs, and I'm sure it's frustrating for the other team, which is exactly how I want it to be. And it's a huge kill streak. When Modern Warfare 2 first came out, UAV seemed like a lame kill streak. It was like, man, it doesn't kill anybody. It's terrible. But the team benefit that you get from it is enormous. So here I am doing my thing. I mostly stick to my position, and I get that some people are going to call this camping, but this is how you defend a flag. And I'm doing everything I can to lock in a win. We do win this game, by the way, and it's not really about camping. I probably run more often than I camp. I probably in this game, I usually secure. At the beginning of the game. I guess I do this combination of call-outs and position assignments. I'll say who wants to be a runner or who else wants to do this, and then I start giving people jobs. And it's not because I'm in charge or anything, but I'm just kind of a vocal guy like that. And we go into these cap the flag games knowing what we're going to be doing, what our game plan is. When we go into demolition games, we all agree on which bomb site we're going to plant first. When we go on domination, we might agree on which flags we want to hold, and we generally agree not to go hog wild. Full Metal Jacket's not getting it done there. We generally agree not to take all 3 flags or to ruin the spawn trap. We like to hold these guys down tight and make this game as lopsided as we can. So one nice thing about the AK is the giant clip. When it first came out, everyone had this idea that the AK was lousy because it has all that recoil compared to the other assault rifles. But man, that big clip means the world to me. And a lot of times I'll want to run an extended mag on a weapon, like the Scar, for example, which is real similar to the AK. But with the AK, you don't need extended mags, and that gives you the opportunity to run Full Metal Jacket, which is really valuable on a lot of different maps. And I guess while I'm here, I'll take the opportunity to comment on a recent YouTube controversy. The X-Jaws and Pone Star, both friends of mine, aren't getting along real well. And I feel like I kind of got pulled in it. My name came up a couple of times. I generally look to avoid YouTube conflict. And people are asking me what my opinion is. Did I really do this or that? And just to clear a few things up, we did not bring Pone Star on the podcast to give him a hard time. And I think if you watch the podcast, you'll see that I didn't give him a hard time. And my conscience is clear on that. I knew what my motives were. My motives were to make a good show. And the other thing is, people say that Pone Star only got on my channel because he paid. That's not true either. He actually got on my channel because he had a lot of subscribers come to me and say that he was really good. And I watched one of his videos where he had these akimbo Glocks, and his commentary really was engaging. And I thought, wow, I'd like to have this guy on the channel just because he's good at YouTube commentating. So that's how I got to know Pone Star. I'm looking not to take sides on this whole conflict. I'm sure the two of them will work it out. I know they're talking it out, and they've had some conversations. X-Jaws, they had a Skype conversation, and the audio went up. And in that, X-Jaws said some things that he'd probably like to take back. But I bet, everyone who listens to this knows that if you took, every phone call that you had on a one-on-one and made it public, there would be a couple of things in it that you would take back, that you wouldn't have shared with the world. Like, tell me you've never said anything in private that you wouldn't want to be completely public. And I think that's the position that X-Jaws is in right now, that he said a thing or two that he might not have said in a different situation, and that happens. So he said a thing or two about me, and whatever, it's okay. I'm not holding any grudges on it. I don't really care. So that's my take on that. Flawless game ends right there with this guy and his spaz. But he had a good play, I guess. So good kill. So anyway, Pwn Star X-Draws, I'm sure they're going to work out their issues. From my standpoint, not looking for any drama. It's all good, and I'm sure they'll be okay. So we got a win. On the 10 flag caps, I had nothing to do with that. On the 0 flag caps, I had a lot to do with that. I patrolled, I played defense, I didn't leave my position, and I did my thing. If you're going to go crazy on calling me a camper, that's how you play D. If you watch my other video, I'm the runner. We all have positions, and that's how we get our wins.